Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss using adjectives, degrees of comparison in the sentence. But before we proceed, let us test how well you know the topic. Okay, I want you to answer the this one. Okay, everybody read. Use the correct degree of underlined adjectives in the sentence. So we are going to check if the adjective in the sentence is used correctly. Okay, are you ready? Number 1. The woman wore a long gown. Number 2. The log on the left is short than the log on the right. Number 3. Anna is the small among the 3 siblings. Okay, are you done? Now, let us check your answer. Number 1, what is your answer? Okay, very good. Long. Why long? Because we are referring to a one person, one woman. Number 2, what is your answer? Number 2. Okay, very good. Shorter. Shorter because we are comparing to lag. Lag in the left and lag on the right. Very good. Okay, let's proceed to number 3. What is your answer? Okay, check. Smallest because Anna is compared to her siblings. Okay, next we proceed. Okay, again, our lesson for today is using adjectives, degrees of comparison in the sentence. Yes. Now, read the following sentences and then on your answer sheet, write the words that show degrees of comparison. You are going to pick the words that show degrees of comparison in the sentence. Are you ready? Okay. Number 1. The boy is taller than his little sister. Okay. Number 2. This book is thicker than the ones you are holding. Number 3. Lisa is a petite girl. Okay. Now let's check your answer. Let's check number 1. The boy is taller than his little sister. What is adjective there? Okay, very good. Taller. Number 2. Okay, again, check. Thicker. Number 3. Pen. Okay. Now let's proceed to... I have here a story. And then we are going to read together. Okay, the story is entitled Grandfather's Old Watch by Cyril Francis Patterter. Back when we were still young, my sister and I used to go to our grandparents' house to play with our cousins. I could still remember the 2 old rusty swings by the garden. Kuya Anton, the eldest among us, used to sway both Aliana and me until his arms got more tired than before. One day, while we are playing inside the big house, I saw my grandfather looking at his watch. It was quite old, but he seemed to treasure it. Lolo, your watch is already old. Don't you want to replace it with a new one? I used to ask him, but he just smiled. He just smiled at me and tapped my shoulders using his callous big hand. When my grandfather died, we put the watch on his casket and buried it with him. My father said that it was my Lola's wedding gift to him. That's when I realized how important the old watch to my Lolo. Okay, let's answer the question. Who owned the old watch? Okay, very good. Lolo. Number 2. Why is the watch important? Yes, because it was a gift from his wife. Next, let's proceed. Okay, now listen carefully. So, there are 3 degrees of comparison. Number 1 is the positive degree. The positive degree is used when we are simply describing a person or thing. Example, look at the picture. The apple tree is tall. So, we are describing the apple. Okay, when number 2, the next is the comparative degree. It is used when we are comparing two persons or things. We usually add ER at the end of the adjective or use the word like more before the adjective. Again, comparative degree is used when we are comparing two persons or things. Okay? Next. Example, the coconut tree is taller than the apple tree. So the coconut is compared to tree. So the word tall becomes taller. Okay, did you understand? Next, the superlative degree is used when we are comparing two or more persons or things. So the third degree is the superlative. It is used when we compare 3 or more persons or things. Example, the Nara is the tallest of the 3. Okay, Nara, coconut, and tree. So, tallest. So, we just add es to the adjective. First is apple, coconut, and then Nara. Now, I want to check your learning. So, everybody read. Use the correct degree of comparison of adjectives inside the parentheses. Write your answer on your answer sheet. Okay? Are you ready? Try to check the degree of comparison in the sentence or in the parentheses. Anna is short than Maria. Number 2. Joel is the strong among the 3 boxers. Number 3. The umbrella is big. Okay. Let us check your answer. Number 1. What is your answer? Very good. Shorter. Why shorter? Because we are comparing 2 girls, Anna and Maria. Number 2, Joel is the strongest. Why strongest? Because they are comparing to, Joel is compared to 3 boxers. Number 3, the umbrella is big. Why is your answer big? Big because we are just describing the umbrella. Okay? Did you understand, class? Now, for another activities, I want you to compose sentence using the correct degrees of comparison below. Okay? Yes. Very good. Okay, what is your answer? Okay. My mother is beautiful. No. Okay. Before we proceed to our one, I want to refresh your mind. We will go back to the let us read again the 3 degrees of adjectives. Number 1, the positive degree is used when we are simply describing a person or thing. Next is the comparative degree is used when we are comparing 2 persons or things. We usually add er at the end of the adjective or use word like more before the adjective. The third one is the superlative degree, which is used when we are comparing 2 or more persons. Okay? Now, for your assignment, I want you to make, for your assignment, which we are going to submit tomorrow, I want you to compose a 2 stanza poem that used adjective with 3 degrees of comparison. Again, I want you to make a 2 stanza poem that used adjective of comparison. Okay? Okay, thank you and see you